going on because Valentina, our wonderful behind stage technical expert, has a whole new streaming system that she's trying out on us today. She said she's experimented on herself and now she's experimenting on us. So this is going to be good fun. So far, seems to be so good. I can see myself, so I'm assuming everyone else is good. We are also starting our new performance schedule, which is basically going to be 3 weeks on and 1 week off, because we need a little breather every now and again. And with things loosening slightly when it comes to lockdown, I mean, we're not quitting. We're having too much fun and we're enjoying entertaining all of you. But it's okay, well, maybe we can just take a week off here and there. So this is going to be scenes this week. So we'll be back, today, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock with scenes. Next week, we have the first of our on request plays, which is Richard III, which is going to be huge. I'll talk about that more at the end. And then the week after, we're back to scenes, and then we will have a week off. And we're going to roll this 4-week pattern of scenes, play, scenes, week off. And so if you're looking for us, that's where we will be. So we'll be around plenty. All right, so for the 3 o'clock matinee performance today, we have a lovely company of, actually it's quite a small but select company today. Oh, we've sort of got Dewi, but he's busy just now. We have 6 lovely players. We have Dewi, we have Lizzie Huxley joining us, and we have Larissa, who I think looks very glam today. Very nice to see this today. We have the lovely Ashleigh, who's joining us up in pink. We have a very serene looking Alexandra, always lovely to see you. And hiding down there, we've got Simon. We know you're there, Simon. There you are. Simon, who's all in blue today, which looks absolutely smashing. Right. And they're going to be doing 4 scenes for you. So everybody happy? Everybody ready? Okay, right. Off you go to the virtual tiring house and I will get the ball rolling. So, yes, couple of quick bits of info for you. Our donation link for today is coming back to us at the company here. So this is a donation bucket that will be shared between our members who find themselves in, facing a certain amount of hardship still during these times, because some people are able to go back to work even, but a lot of us still not quite. So the money will come to us. We will still be giving a proportion of this to the Stephen Lawrence Foundation. So you're supporting us. You're also supporting other people in the community. So those of you that do donate, we thank you very much. Those of you that don't donate, we hope you have a smashing time with us anyway. And for those of you who have just dropped by for the first time and you haven't met me or the other guys or seen what we do before, hello, my name is Lizzie. I am Artistic Director for Shakespeare. We are a Shakespeare performing company. Okay, there's a lot of those around. What makes us so different? Well, we are the only UK company currently performing and teaching from Q-scripted parts. This means that we do not perform from an entire play script and we do not rehearse together before a performance. All the people that you are going to see performing for you today have received only their lines and a brief couple of words cue so that they know when to speak. So what our people are going to be doing is listening and listening, because they need to be hearing who's speaking when, which does make it a little interesting on the internet, because every now and again someone's connection will go down, but that's when I pop up. My job is I do this introduction, then I vanish, and I just pop up occasionally if somebody's feed goes down or if a line gets lost or something like that, because my job is I'm the book holder, so I hold the scene together in that way. Just as in the Renaissance playhouses, there would have been someone who did the same job. So it's not cheating, it's just how it's done. So enough of me talking. Our first scene today is the scene that we have never performed before. The other 3 we have performed, but they're from online plays. This one is from Hamlet. And it's a little bit sad, actually, because we had a production of Hamlet all ready to go. And we were negotiating at a very nice theatre. And then lockdown happened and we don't know when we're going to do it. So we're starting to bring it out on, well, I was sort of saving it, but now I thought, nah, let's play. Let's do Hamlet because it's a lovely play and it's a lot of fun to do. So to get us started with a spot of Hamlet, we are going to the Gravedigger Scene. So this is quite a long way through the play. Young Hamlet, well, it's a long story. His dad's dead, his uncle's married his mother. And then he meets his father's ghost, who says that his uncle murdered him and he wants revenge. And then Hamlet doesn't know what to do, and he's all very confused. And then, thanks to some players who come along, they do a play, and that clears his mind because he sees the guilt of his uncle and he goes, great, I can now kill you. However, he goes and kills the wrong person and gets sent to England for it, for everything to blow over in Denmark, during which time other people die, and it all gets very confusing. But Hamlet returns, and he meets up with his best friend, his only truly reliable friend, Horatio. And they are walking and talking together through the churchyard, which is close to the castle. And there they meet a gentleman who digs graves for a living. So we're going to go into this wonderful graveyard somewhere in Denmark. And just to make sure I've got the players ready, do we have Alexandra, Ashleigh, and Dewi all ready?
Yep.
Are we ready? Good. Thank you very much, guys. Right. So usual rules apply. This is not new. The minute I vanish, the scene is yours. Take us to that lovely graveyard somewhere in Denmark. Enjoy.
In youth, when I did love me, thought it was very sweet, sweet, sweet to contract all the time before my behove, or me thought there was nothing meet.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business that he sings at grave making?
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
But age with his stealing steps hath caught me in his clutch, and hath shipped me in till the land, as if I had never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once. It might be the page of a politician.
It might, my lord.
Or of a courtier. Alexandra.
Or of a courtier, which could say, good morrow, sweet lord. Hello. Or of a courtier, which could say, good morrow, sweet lord. How dost thou, good my lord?
Ah, my lord.
Whose grave's this, sir?
Mine, sir.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it.
You lie out on, sir, and therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, and yet it is mine.
Thou dost lie in it to be in it, and say 'tis thine. 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore thou liest.
You lie out on, sir, and therefore it is not yours. For my 'tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou make it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman, then?
For none neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
Ah, one that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is! How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days in the year, I came to it that day that I last King Hamlet o'ercame Fortinbras.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that. It was the very day that young Hamlet was born, he that was mad and sent off to England.
I marry. Why was he sent into England?
Why? Because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or if he do not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen in him. There the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely?
Faith, e'en with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark, I have been sexton here, man and boy, 30 years.
How on earth ere he rot?
Faith, if he be not rotten before he die, he will last you some 8 year or 9 year. A tanner will last you 9 year.
Why he more than another?
Why, sir, his side is so tanned with his trade that he will keep out water a great while. Here's a skull now. This skull has lain in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
A horse son and mad fellows it was. Who do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. I poured a flagon of Rhenish on me head once. This same skull, sir, this same skull was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
Ain't that?
Let me see. Ooh, alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, a most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and how abhorred my imagination is, my gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I have kissed, I know not how oft. Where be your gibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? No one now to mock your own grinning. Quite chop-fallen. Now get you to my lady's chamber, tell her, let her paint an inch thick, to this favour she must come. Make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander looked at this fashion of the earth?
And so?
And smelt so.
And so, my lord.
To what base uses we may return, Horatio? Imperial Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away. Oh, that earth which kept the world in awe should patch a wall to expel the winter's flaw.
Thank you very much. Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody. That was lovely. And as ever, we have this lovely live environment here on the internet. As I said in my little intro, yes, the joys of a slight delay. Thank you for bearing with us. I think we've got things going a little bit better now. So let us, sorry, little message there in the chat from Alexandra. Your internet is fine, my dear. It's all going grand. So we're going to change plays really quickly now and check my list. And we are going to, Verona, back away from cold and gloomy Denmark on this sunny afternoon. So let us go to Verona and meet one of the two gentlemen. So back to Two Gents of Verona. So this is a little scene that happens right at the beginning of the play, very early on. And it starts one of the main complications of the entire plot off, because we're going to meet Proteus's dad, Antonio. If in doubt, Shakespeare, call your character Antonio. So Proteus, he's one of the two gentlemen of Verona. His best friend Valentine has just been sent off to the court of the Duke of Milan for his general education and widening his experience of the world. Proteus is still at home in Verona, and he's well sorted with that because he's just about managed to get himself sorted with the lady that he loves, his Julia. But so far, his dad doesn't know about this. So there's a little conversation, there's a little bit of plotting. Let's see what goes on. Now, I know we have a certain amount of costume changing going on. Is everybody ready for the next round? Do I have an Antonio, a Panthino, and a Proteus?
Yeah.
Right.
Just a moment.
Okay, we're not quite there. That's okay. I'll just keep on filling. So this is a great play. I think we're going to bring this play back, although probably not until the spring, because Two Gentlemen of Verona is one of those plays that most people don't know that well. And I was having chats with some of the company in the interviewing couple of weeks off, and it turns out even the people that have been in the production that we did online still don't really know what the play was about. So it's going to be kind of fun to bring it back sometime and see if we can't sort it out. Right, it looks like everybody's ready, which is terrific. So we will glide gently into the sun-kissed and warm streets of Verona and see what Antonio and his servant Panthino have to talk about this afternoon. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, right. When I vanish, the stage is yours. Take us to Verona.
Tell me, Panthino, what sad talk was that, wherewith my brother held you in the cloister?
'Twas of his nephew Proteus, your son.
Why, what of him?
He wondered that your lordship would suffer him to spend his youth at home, while other men of slender reputation put forth their sons to seek preferment out. Some to the wars to try their fortune there, some to discover islands far away, some to the studious universities. For any or for all these exercises, he said that Proteus, your son, was meet, and did request me to importune you to let him spend his time no more at home, which would be great impeachment to his age, in having known no travail in his youth.
Yeah, nor needst thou much importune me to that, whereon this month I have been hovering. I have considered well his loss of time, and how he cannot be a perfect man, not being tried and tutored in the world. Experience is by industry achieved, and perfected by the swift course of time. Then tell me, whether were I best to send him?
I think your lordship is not ignorant how his companion, youthful Valentine, attends the emperor in his royal court.
I know it well.
To good, I think, your lordship sent him thither. There shall he practice tilts and tournaments, hear sweet discourse, converse with noblemen, and be in every eye of every exercise worthy of his youth and nobleness of birth.
I like thy counsel. Well hast thou advised, and that thou mayst perceive how well I like it, the execution of it shall be made known. Even with the speediest expedition, I will dispatch him to the emperor's court.
Tomorrow, may it please you, Don Alfonso, with other gentlemen of good esteem are journeying, to salute the emperor and to commend their service to his will.
Good company. With them shall Proteus go. And in good time. Now we will break with him.
Sweet love, sweet line, sweet life. Here is her hand, the agent of her heart. Here is her oath for love, her honour's pawn. Oh, that our fathers would applaud our loves to see happiness with their consent. Oh.
Heavenly Julia.
Oh, heavenly Julia.
How now? What letter are you reading there?
May it please your lordship, 'Tis a word or two of commendations sent from Valentine, delivered by a friend, that came from him.
Let me the letter. Let me see what news.
There is no news, my lord, but that he writes how happily he lives, how well beloved, and daily graced by the emperor, wishing me with him, partner of his fortune.
And how stand you affected to his wish?
As one relying on your lordship's will, and not depending on his friendly wish.
My will is something sorted with his wish. Muse not that I thus suddenly proceed, for what I will, and there an end. I am resolved that thou shalt spend some time with Valentinus in the emperor's court. What maintenance he from his friends receives, like exhibition thou shalt have from me. Tomorrow be in readiness to go. Excuse it not, for I am peremptory.
My lord, I cannot be so soon provided. Please you deliberate a day or two.
Oh, look what thou wants shall be sent after thee. No more of stay. Tomorrow thou must go. Come on, Panthino. You shall be employed to hasten on his expedition.
Thus have I shunned the fire for fear of burning, and drenched me in the sea wherein I am drowned. I feared to show my father Julia's letter, lest he should take exceptions to my love, and with the vantage of mine own excuse hath he accepted most against my love. Oh, how this spring of love resembleth the uncertain glory of an April day, which now shows all the beauty of the sun, and by and by a cloud takes all away.
So Proteus, your father calls for you. He is in haste, and therefore I pray you go.
Why, this it is. My heart accords thereto, and yet 1,000 times it answers no.
Well done. Thank you very much. Always a lovely scene that. Oh, if only Proteus had stayed at home. A whole bunch, but then we wouldn't have had a play, because he has to go to Milan, he has to see Sylvia, he gets the whole burst of lightning to the brain, and then the whole play just explodes into one of those wonderful kind of romantic messes. It's full of revenge and, oh well, all sorts of things happen, which is most exciting. Thank you guys, that was most enjoyable. I think Panthino is one of those characters we really need to know more about. You know, these characters, they pop up in Shakespeare and we never know any more about them, but you feel like there's a story there. There's a story lurking behind every character. So moving on into our third scene, so we're halfway through. We have a little scene from Taming of the Shrew, always a popular play among us, and one of those that, well, it never ceases to get conversations going, which in many ways is a very good thing. So we are going to meet the younger sister of Kate Minola, who is the Shrew of the title. We're going to spend a little bit of time with Bianca, and we don't get to actually spend a lot of time with Bianca in the play, so it's nice to sort of just spend some time with her in her scene. So at this point in the action, we have met the two sisters, the Minola sisters, Kate, who has the temperament of, you know, she's an angry person. She's very frustrated, and up to a point, you know, she's got a point. And she has a younger sister, Bianca, who is the apple of their father's eye, and in every way absolute perfection, and pursued by most of the worthy bachelors of their town. Hang on, Padua, nearly got my towns mixed up then. So at this point in the story, Kate is the expectation of getting married to the gallant and noble Petruchio. She is being secretly courted because her father has decided to keep her close until her sister is married. But two of her suitors have managed to sneak into the household under the disguise of being schoolmasters. We have a Latin master and a music master. So we'll see quite how this little school lesson. Who's going to get taught lessons? Who's learning lessons? See what's going to go on here. Are we ready to play? Do we have a Bianca, a Hortensio, and Lucentio? Are we ready?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah, ready.
Good. Lovely. Okay, so let us see how the homeschooling is proceeding in so I just amused myself, I do apologize. How the homeschooling is going over there in Padua. Everybody, again, as usual, when I vanish, enjoy your little lessons. Have fun.
Fiddler, Fulbert, you grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment her sister Catherine welcomed you withal?
But wrangling pedant, this is the patroness of heavenly harmony, and give me leave to have a prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as much.
Preposterous ass that never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear these braves of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no breaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor pointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself, and to cut off all strife. Here, sit we down, take you your instrument, play you the while. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You'll leave his lecture when I am in tune.
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, madam. Hic ibat simois, hic est sigiera tellus, hic steterat preami regia celsa senis.
Consta them.
Hic ibat, as I told you before. Simois, I am Lucentio. Hic est, son unto Vincentio of Pisa. Sigeria tellus, disguised thus to get your love. Hic steterat, and that Lucentio that comes a-wooing. Priami is my man Tranio. Regia, bearing my port. Celsa senis, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Oh, madam, my instrument's in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, the treble jars.
Spit in the hole, man, and tune again.
Now, let me see if I can conster it. Hic ibet simois, I know you not. Hic est Sigeria tellus, I trust you not. Hic staterat preami, take heed he hears us not. Regiavi, presume not. Celsa senis, despair not.
Madam, 'tis now in tune.
All but the bass.
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass knave that jars.
How fiery and forward our pedant is. Now for my life, the knave doth court my love. Pedescule, I'll watch you better yet. In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not, for sure Aeacides was Ajax called so from his grandfather.
I must believe my master, else I promise you I should be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now, Licio, to you. Good master, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk, and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait and watch withal, for but I be deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madam, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with the rudiments of art. To teach you gamoth in a briefer sort, more pleasant, pithy, and effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade. And there it is, in writing, fairly drawn.
Why, I am past my gamus long ago.
Yet read the gamoth of Hortensio.
Gammas I am, the ground of all accord. A, Ray, to plead Hortensio's passion. B, me, Bianca, take him for thy lord. C, far, that loves with all affection. De, sol, ray, one clef, two notes have I. E, Lamy, show pity or I die. Call you this gamus? Tut, I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I am not so nice to charge true rule for old inventions.
Mistress, your father prays you leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber up. You know tomorrow is the wedding day.
Farewell, sweet masters both, I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, then I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble to cast thy wandering eyes on every stale, seize thee that list. If once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will be quit with thee by changing.
Lovely, thank you so much. I love that scene. I love that scene. Oh, the secrets that are hidden in the family times. There's sweet little Bianca. When we meet her in company, she is so perfect. She is so lovely. She is so obedient. When we see her and she's, you know, not on her best behavior, not in her company manners, I think there's more to Miss Bianca than meets the eye. I think that, yes, maybe that is to be investigated one of these days. What actually goes on between the Minola sisters? Is Bianca really so different from Kate? I doubt it. It's just they dealt with things a little differently. So we are now going to go to our fourth and final scene for this sitting. We will be back at 5 o'clock today with 4 different scenes and a whole different company for you. But so for this first round, we are now going to end with Measure for Measure. It's okay. It's not one of the heavy scenes. It's a scene where we have some justice attempting to be measured out, shall we say. So this is around the middle of the play, in fact, where we meet Elbow, the constable of the city, or one of the constables of the city, and he is bringing before the 2 great justices, Aeschylus and Angelo, he's bringing a suspected pimp. So because we have a very badly behaved city, and so we have Pompey the pimp, we have Mr. Froth, who is a witness for the prosecution, and we have the wonderful, wonderful character of Elbow, who is one of Shakespeare's little comedy creations, one of these guys who he got in the dictionary, but maybe he didn't quite work out what everything meant as he went along, which just makes life more entertaining. Right, so, because I know there are a few people having a very quick change now, can I just check if we have do we have an Elbow ready to go?
Yep.
Yep, okay, do we have Froth?
Yeah.
Yes, Pompey?
Yep.
Aeschylus?
Aye.
Okay, and Angelo?
Aye.
Aye, right. Excellent. So, no further ado, let us dispense a little justice. Okay, guys, have some fun and, well, have fun. That's a strange thing to say. Let us see what goes on when we're in the city of Vienna. So we're traveling again. All right, enjoy. As soon as I'm gone, it's yours. Bye.
Bring him away. If these be good people in a commonweal that do nothing but abuse in common houses, I know no law. Bring him away!
How now, sir? What's your name, and what's the matter?
If it please your honour, I am the poor Duke's constable, and my name is Elbow. I do lean upon justice, sir, and do bring in here, before your good honour, two notorious benefactors.
Benefactors? Well, what benefactors are they? Are they not malefactors?
If it please your honour, I know not well what they are, but precise villains they are, that I'm sure of.
Comes off well. He's a wise officer.
Go to. What quality are they of? Elbow is your name? Why dost thou not speak, Elbow?
He cannot, sir. He's out at elbow.
What are you, sir?
He, sir, a tapster, sir, and also a pimp, one that serves a bad woman, whose house, sir, was, as they say, plucked down in the suburbs, and now she professes a house in the city, which I think is very arouse too.
How know you that?
My wife, sir, who I detest before heaven and your honour.
How? Thy wife?
Your honour. Sir, who I thank heaven is an honest woman.
Dost thou detest her, therefore?
I say, sir, I will detest myself also, that this house, if it be not a pimp's house, it is pity of her life, for it is a naughty house.
How dost thou know that, constable?
A very simple wife, who, if she had been a woman cardinally given, might have been accused in fornication, adultery, and all uncleanliness. There.
By the woman's means?
I sir, by Mistress Overdone's means.
So if it please your honour, this is not so.
Prove it before these varlets here, thou honourable man. Prove it.
Do you hear how he misplaces?
Sir, she came in great with child and longing, saving your honour's reverence, for stewed prunes. Sir, we had but two in the house, which at that very distant time stood, as it were, in a fruit dish, a dish of some 3 pence. Your honours have seen such dishes. They are not china dishes, but very good dishes.
Go to. No matter for the dish, sir.
No, indeed, sir, not of a pin. You are therein in the right, but to the point. As I say, this Mistress Elbow, as I say, with child, and being great-bellied, and longing, as I said, for prunes, and having but two in the dish, as I said, Master Frothier, this very man, having eaten the rest, as I said, and as I say, paying for them very honestly, for as you know, Master Froth, I could not give you 3 pence a game.
No, indeed.
Very well. You being then, if you be remembered, cracking the stones of the foresaid prunes.
All this is true.
Come, you are a tedious fool. To the purpose. What was done to Elbow's wife that he hath cause to complain of?
Sir, but you shall come to it by your honour's leave, and I beseech you, look into Master Froth here, sir, a man of 80 pounds a year, who
Was not Hallowmas, Master Froth?
Oh, hallowed eve.
Ashleigh, we've lost your mic.
Me?
Ah, can hear you now.
Betrothed! He, sir, sitting, as I say, in a lower chair, sir. 'Twas in the bunch of grapes, where indeed you have a delight to sit, have you not?
I have so, because it is an open room and good for winter.
Oh, this will last out a night in Russia, when nights are longest there. I'll take my leave, and leave you to the hearing of the cause, hoping you'll find good cause to whip them all.
I think no less. Now, sir, come on. What was done to Elbow's wife? Once more.
Once, sir. There was nothing done to her once.
I beseech you, sir, ask him what this man did to my wife.
I beseech your honour, ask me.
Well, sir, what did this gentleman to her?
I beseech you, sir, look in this gentleman's face. Good Master Froth, look upon his honour. 'Tis for a good purpose. Doth your honour mark his face?
Aye, sir, very well.
Nay, I beseech you, mark it well.
Well, I do so.
Doth your honour see any harm in his face?
Why, no.
Suppose upon a book, his face is the worst thing about him. Good then. If his face is the worst thing about him, how would Master Froth do the constable's wife any harm? I would know that of your honour.
He is in the right, Constable. What say you to it?
What? First, and it like you, this house, the house, is a respected house. Next, sir, this is a respected fellow, and his mistress is a respected woman.
By this hand, sir, his wife is a more respected person than any of us all. Sir, she was respected with him before he married with her.
Which is the wiser here? Justice or iniquity? Is this true?
Oh, thou caitiff! Oh, varlet, up thou wicked animal! I respected with her before I was married to her. If ever I was respected with her, or she with me, let not your worship think me the poor Duke's officer. Prove this, thou wicked Hannibal, or I'll have a main action of battery on thee.
If he took you a box of the ear, you might have your action of slander too.
Mary, I thank your good worship for it. What is your worship's pleasure I shall do with this wicked caitiff?
Truly, officer, because he hath some offences in him, but thou wouldst discover, if thou couldst, let him continue in his courses, till thou knowest what they are.
Mary, I thank your worship for it. Thou seest, thou wicked varlet, now what's come upon thee? Thou art to continue. Now, thou varlet, thou art to continue.
Where were you born, friend?
Here in Vienna, sir.
Are you of 80 pounds a year?
Yes, and to please you, sir.
So, what trade are you of, sir?
A tapster, a poor widow's tapster.
Your mistress' name?
Mistress Overdone.
Hath she had any more than one husband?
9, sir, overdone by the last.
9? Master Froth, I would not have you acquainted with tapsters. They will draw you, Master Froth.
I thank your worship. For mine own part, I never come into any room in a tap house, but I am drawn in.
Well, no more of it, Master Froth. Farewell. Mr. Tapster. What's your
Pompey.
name, Mr. Tapster?
Pompey.
What else?
Sir.
Pompey. You are partly a pimp, Pompey, howsoever you colour it in being a tapster, are you not? Come, tell me true. It shall be the better for you.
Truly, sir, I am a poor fellow that would live.
How would you live, Pompey? By being a pimp? What do you think of the trade, Pompey? Is it a lawful trade?
If the law would allow it, sir.
But the law will not allow it, Pompey, nor it shall be allowed in Vienna.
Does your worship mean to geld and splay all the youth of the city?
No, Pompey.
Truly, sir, if your worship will take order for the girls and the boys, you need not to fear the pimps.
There is pretty orders beginning, I can tell you. It is but heading and hanging.
If you head and hang all that offend that way, but for 10 years together, you'll be glad to give out a commission for more heads. If you live to see this come to pass, say Pompey told you so.
Thank you, good Pompey. And in requital of your prophecy, hark you, I advise you to let me not find you before me again upon any complaint whatsoever. In plain dealing, Pompey, I shall have you whipped. So for this time, Pompey, fare you well.
I thank your worship for your good counsel. Whip me, no. Let cabman whip his jade, the valiant heart's not whipped out of his trade.
Master Elbow, how long have you been in this place of constable?
7 years and a half, sir.
You say 7 years together?
And a half, sir.
Alas, it hath been great pains to you. They do you wrong to put you so oft upon. Are there not men in your parish sufficient to serve it?
Faith, sir, few of any wit with such matters.
Look you, bring me in the names of some 6 or 7, the most sufficient of your parish.
To your worship's house, sir?
To my house. Fare you well.
Thank you very much, guys. Well done. Always so much fun. That's one of those scenes that you just think, what is that doing? What is going on? Shakespeare seems to love this little trope of the character who doesn't quite get his words right. There's a few of them pop up in a few of the plays. Right, can I see everybody back on stage, because we are now going to say thank you very much and goodbye for our first sitting this afternoon. So thank you, Dewi. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you, Ashleigh. Thank you, Larissa. Thank you, Valentina, for behind the stages doing wonderful work. We will be back at 5 o'clock today with 4 more scenes. We will be back next Sunday at 3 o'clock. And I'll give you a heads up now, because it's Richard III. It's the first of our by request plays. We put some votes out on Twitter, and this was the first play that was requested that we should have a go at. So Richard III will be next week at 3 o'clock. It will be quite a long one. We don't know exactly how long, because we never know a full running order, because that's one of the things we can't judge. But there will be 2 intervals. I advise you to settle yourselves down comfortably. And if you need to wander off at any point and then come back and join us, we anticipate it being about 4.5 hours. So we're indulging ourselves by just basically doing the whole play. And we hope you will come and enjoy it with us too. So thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you for those of you who have given us a little donation into our bucket. Thank you very much. That will partly go to us and partly go to the Stephen Lawrence Foundation. And we wish you a very happy week. Stay safe. Look after yourselves when you're out and about. Keep the hand washing up, guys. If you can wear a mask, or if you want to wear a mask, then let's just keep on keep on working together, and maybe we'll come out of this. But we will be here with some Shakespeare to keep everybody entertained. So we'll see you again at 5 o'clock today, 3 o'clock next week. Thank you very much, all of you, and goodbye. Have a good week. Bye-bye. Waving. Muppet Show.